Welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. A very rare sexually transmitted STD has made its way to the United States. A man developed a fungal infection that is sexually transmitted in the form of ringworm. My next guest has more details on the case. And Dr. Ali joins us here on The Factor Uncensored to talk about this new STD, or is it new, Dr. Ali, that we have identified in a man in New York City?
Isaiah, it's actually been around for many years. This sexually transmitted disease actually started in India many years ago, back in the 1990s, and then recently has emerged in the European countries. And then most recently, we got one of our first cases here in New York City. This was actually a gentleman who had traveled from Europe and was staying in New York City that infected another gentleman, and that's how we have had the most recent cases of this sexually transmitted fungal infection.
Now, what exactly is this STD?
Yeah, Isaiah, this is a ringworm. It's a different form of a fungal infection. Oftentimes, sexually transmitted diseases are bacterial infections, and that's what we commonly see. However, recently, this fungal infection is what's emerged, and what we're discovering is that the transmission of this is a sexually transmitted disease, meaning that this goes from person to person, and that's how it's infected. And we have seen this, especially in this case, in the European cases, that there's a significantly higher case of this infection in the gay population, in the men-to-men sexual intercourse. However, rarely, but it has been seen, but more rarely is it transmitted from female to male or male to female. This is more in the gay population that we're seeing this specifically a men-to-men contact.
It's almost scary, like back in the AIDS days where we couldn't figure out where it was coming from, but we knew it was from male-to-male contact. And
that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. And the reason why this is important is because the treatment is actually different than other fungal infections and other bacterial infections.